Brattbakk making a surprise start for Celtic. Paul Lambert. Stubbs. So we were rather glad the flag was up then, because Larsson was in lots of space.
Well, they had to hold the line. It was vital that they did. And Larsson's half a yard there as the ball was delivered.
And there is Celtic Park in all its glory. Fantastic football stage. Mjallby scored the winner for Sweden against England earlier in the season, thus increasing his popularity in Scotland. Here's Brattbakk. Away by McMahon. Mjallby stepped in ahead of Simao. And here's Scott. Halloran. McQuillan gets it back from O'Neill, and you can see what we mean about St Johnstone being able to play it a bit. It breaks down in the end, but some neat stuff before that.
Yeah, Paul Kane involved, and he'll be central to everything St Johnstone do. It's appeared to have lost his way a few seasons ago, ended up in Scandinavia, but since he came back and got his chance at Perth, he's been outstanding, like some of the best stuff of his career so far.
Here's Riseth. Lambert. Moravcik. He whips his cross in. Oh, it's come all the way through. And surely a goal for Brattbakk. And Celtic have the lead. And Harold Brattbakk, in his first league start for 3 months, comes back with a bang.
That's exactly what he needed. It was Moravcik who popped up on the right. Whipped the cross in, plenty of pace on it, it's misjudged, breaks to Brattbakk, and he decides to come inside onto his right foot. Took a bit of a chance in doing so, because he could have lost the chance, but he knew exactly what he wanted to do, come back onto his right foot, hits the ball down into the ground, and that's enough to beat Alan Main. It's a good ball whipped in here from the Czech. Not cleared properly, not defended well by St Johnstone. That's a decent finish from a man who has more than his fair share of critics here at Celtic Park.
For the season for Harold Brattbakk. But remember, he's been a peripheral figure in the last few months here, and there weren't many who expected him even to start the game this evening.
Yeah, I have to say I was surprised, Ian. He's not a natural finisher, and he's such a... he gets himself into so many good scoring positions that if he could finish, he'd be top draw.
To be fair, we have seen him miss just a few sitters in his time at Celtic. McMahon wants of Tottenham and Stoke, and that will be Jonathan Gould's. St Johnstone could have scored in the opening seconds. Celtic have scored. Free kick going the way of St Johnstone. Boyd's challenge.
Yeah, quite clear cut. Tommy Boyd coming right through him there.
Captained Celtic to the Championship last year, of course, their first for a decade. Bollan's free kick, away by Mjallby. Celtic not digging it out terribly convincingly. Here's John McQuillan. Kane. And a misjudgment by John O'Neill, and it has trickled over the line. The ball away as well.
Yeah, unwise these days. Very often see a yellow card produced when a player kicks the ball away. John O'Botham just having a quiet word. Good to see that.
Celtic have taken 23 points out of a possible 30 here in the Scottish Premier League this season. St Johnstone, of course, the only side to win Hearts and Kilmarnock went away with a point. O'Donnell challenging with Kane. And here is O'Donnell, who was caught by Scott.
Yeah, it's a blatant foul by Philip Scott there. O'Donnell in a good position. And this is in Alan Stubbs' territory. I think you'll fancy this one.
Stubbs involved in the conversation. Moravcik, Larsson and Lambert also there. At the moment they're having a good old chat about it. Stubbs has moved away. It's Lambert who tries to pick out Stubbs. O'Donnell winning Riseth. Larsson. Decent cross away by Dods. Simao ploughing a lone furrow up front for St Johnstone, as that was cleared. A goal from Brattbakk, Celtic's 30th at home in the league this season. Top scorers on their own patch. And what a patch it is at Celtic Park. McMahon. O'Neill. And has Lambert for company. He did well though to thread it through to McQuillan. Couldn't quite shoot as he might have wished.
Well, great play in the corner there from John O'Neill. He appeared to be shut out by Paul Lambert. Plays a lovely ball inside here. McQuillan's first touch isn't the best. It doesn't fall for him, but good play by John O'Neill out on the right there. That's a good ball. The first touch, as you see here, lets him down.
Celtic had a victory midweek in Peter Beardsley's testimonial at Newcastle. I might remember on Tyneside that was, but Celtic took it very seriously. Turned in a decent performance. And they already have the lead against St Johnstone. The Saints' winning goal here earlier in the season was scored by the Canadian international Nick Dasovic, who's on the injured list at the moment with a back problem. Vidal Riseth. Lambert into the path of Stubbs. He's going to pick out Mahe. Perfect pass. Brattbakk let it run. Not sure whether he did so deliberately. And on by O'Neill to Simao. It turns away from Mjallby and is then floored by the giant Swede.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough shift for the Portuguese striker tonight. And he's clearly caught here by Johan Mjallby. It was a good turn, but he's going to have a hard job tonight. He's not going to get a great deal of support.
He was actually in Portugal's squad in the build-up to the World Cup, but of course they failed to make it to the finals. Away by Mjallby. Oops. Larsson capitalising on Kane's rare mistake, and here's Brattbakk. Moravcik nearby. Larsson moving into the box. He's picked out Larsson. Came with him at a fair pace, and for once his first touch didn't enable him to get a second touch. Here's Lubomir Moravcik. Scuffed it. McMahon. Riseth with O'Donnell outside. Riseth has only one thing on his mind, going inside. 1-2 with Larsson. Riseth now finds O'Donnell. And his cross cannons off the former Celt. Gary Bollan goes behind for a corner.
Yeah, it was a good exchange on the right-hand side between Riseth and Larsson. And made a good angle there to get it back. Pass might have been better, the return pass to him. Celtic having a good spell here.
Bollan moved on to Rangers after starting his career here. Moravcik's corner. This is everybody. Lambert keeps it in. Stubbs. Straight to McMahon. Keith O'Halloran. Philip Scott. And that's neatly across to McQuillan. Although he did have to run for it. Nice turn by O'Neill. He's going to have a blast. Celtic on the break with Moravcik. Brattbakk powering into the box ahead of him. Moravcik threads it through to Larsson. Both sides are putting some nice moves together.
Yeah, it was a good defensive run there from Gary Bollan to squeeze Larsson out as he made the diagonal. And St Johnstone are going to need that tonight. They're going to need both the fullbacks to tuck in when the play's on the other side.
Johnstone have won 4 times on the road in the league, in 11 games this season at Celtic, Aberdeen, Motherwell and Dundee in a game that was live on Sky Sports in the very early part of the season. Dods. Moravcik. Larsson somehow finding a way through when it didn't look too likely. McQuillan. Now on O'Halloran, a Middlesbrough man.
Yeah, they haven't really managed to get him into the game so far. It's John McQuillan who's getting most of the ball down that right-hand side. And I think if they could get the ball to O'Halloran, he could give Mahe problems. Mahe not the best defender in the world, excellent going forward, but doesn't like to be playing against an out-and-out wide man.
Mahe, the Frenchman. Multinational squad at Celtic, as it is with so many big clubs around the world these days. McQuillan. And here's Scott, and he's onside. He took the wrong option, and then still couldn't find the right option as Simao waited.
Well, it's a typical run from Philip Scott, who does much the same job as Phil O'Donnell does for Celtic, and he loses Mjallby there, and the Riseth was back in his own box. He just quite couldn't get the ball controlled quickly enough to get a shot in, but once again Celtic were caught with the ball in behind.
Every single outfield player for St Johnstone tonight, by the way, has put themselves on the score sheet this season. Something that Celtic can't match. He's got a good few goals for them.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you wear a hairband and you sign for a team in the East End of Glasgow, you've got to be able to play. And Larsson can.
Just a bit. John O'Neill latches on to this one. Kane. Philip Scott. Bollan. Simao. There was no challenge from Stubbs, according to the officials, despite Simao's rather theatrical fall. Here is Stubbs. Phil O'Donnell, who's been in terrific form lately. Larsson. He's got Riseth out wide. He's got Moravcik inside, and he finds him. Moravcik! Oh, what a stunner! From Lubomir Moravcik! And Celtic are obviously planning to keep Rangers in sight.
Yeah, it's a fabulous strike. Alan Kernaghan actually gives Henrik Larsson far too much room, plays it into Moravcik, and he curls that into the right-hand corner. Kernaghan actually lost Larsson as he peeled off there. And what a good finish. It doesn't matter what side it falls to with this lad, left or right. And he's only looking for one thing here, the inside of the right-hand post. And he couldn't be any more accurate than he was.
The 5th goal for the Slovakian international captain. A few eyebrows were raised when he was bought from Duisburg of Germany for just £300,000, 33 years of age as well. And he's turned out to be an inspirational signing.
Well, the problem for defenders, and defenders normally would try and show forward his weaker side. This guy doesn't have a weak side. It doesn't matter whether it falls to his right or his left. There's plenty of power in either foot.
Celtic knew what they had to do tonight, with Rangers 16 points ahead of them, and they are doing it at the moment. O'Halloran, though, chasing this one for St Johnstone, and his cross comes to McMahon, and that bobbles rather desperately through to Gould off McMahon. Not quite sure what he was trying to do. Kept in by Scott, but then not kept in. Unmistakable figure of John Robertson. It's Boyd's throw. Gets it back from Moravcik. And gives it away to John O'Neill. Being tracked by Phil O'Donnell. O'Neill powering forward though, and he's held off O'Donnell, and here's Simao! Oh, it's up the top of the park! Well, St Johnstone might have deserved that if only for O'Neill's wonderful persistence.
Yeah, it's a magnificent contribution from John O'Neill. You see the determination here, good body strength to shrug off the challenge. The pass is played at exactly the right time, and Simao was just a few inches too high with the finish. That's the second good chance he's had in this match. And really, when you come to Glasgow to face either half of the Old Firm, you have to take chances like this.
Here's Riseth. It's going to fall for Larsson. He gives it back to Riseth. And that'll be an obstruction from Kernaghan.
Well, Riseth skins him here. Kernaghan really can't get out of the way. I think John Robertson's right here to keep the yellow card in the pocket.
It's a free kick, and that means Moravcik, away by Kane. Celtic in the comfort zone with a 2-0 lead. Riseth. He's run that out. Had a little spell with Luton Town a few seasons back. Riseth. Bollan's throw, flicked on by McMahon. O'Donnell's header. Simao. And he's hanging on to it grimly, and he's got the free kick.
Yeah, he's lively enough, and he's quick as well. Both Stubbs and Boyd. It's Lambert trying to close him down. He uses the body well here.
So it's the Northern Ireland international, Jerry McMahon, to float this one in. Dods was his target, but it didn't get too near him. Keith O'Halloran. Paul Kane now. He dillied and dallied a bit. He gets another chance. He gets support from McQuillan, who's brought down right on the corner of the box by Lambert.
Very, very tight. It's very close to being inside area. Well, not for the first time getting forward, and it's just outside. But he showed good willingness to get forward, John McQuillan, and St Johnstone will need more of that. They have to chase the game a bit now.
Might come in handy. And St Johnstone find a way back. Not like that, they won't, from Gary Bollan.
Well, he's normally a very good striker of the dead ball. He's clearly trying to deceive Jonathan Gould, trying to whip that into the front post area, but leaning back and never any trouble to the Celtic keeper. I think Sandy Clark will be down there thinking his side at best should be 2-1 down, perhaps even 2-2. Simao's had 2 glorious chances so far.
Here's a Halloran. Simao to his right. Plenty of bodies arriving in the box as well. Stubbs cleared it. Gould catch it. Bounce. Moving Larsson and Kernaghan. The Saints number 6 finds number 2 McQuillan. Oh, lovely touch by O'Neill offside against Simao.
He's not happy about that at all. They forward very quickly. And difficult to see whether Tom Boyd might have been playing him on the near side there, but Simao certainly felt he was on.
Halloran. It's off Lambert for a throw into the visitors, who are only a point behind Celtic, of course, in the table, and had ambitions of going above them today. So if they are going to go above them, it's going to have to take something very special. They'll come back to remember for a long time. But, as Davey said, they've chances to be level in this game. Riseth. And his cross just going to veer away from Stubbs, although it's going to be a corner.
Well, he gets a corner out of it, Vidar Riseth, but you can see there as he went forward on the right, he's not a natural wide player. They have no intention of trying to get to the byline there, and that's the problem that Celtic have on this right-hand side. They don't have a natural wide player.
Moravcik belts that corner in, and Mahe took the right option there, I think, in punching that one away. Moravcik to try again. Another teasing centre, another punch from Mahe, and it proves effective.
Yeah, good goalkeeping by Alan Mahe. Had to come and dominate that area for the 2 centre-backs, and he did it well.
It's going to be a yellow card for Johan Mjallby as he caught Jerry McMahon.
Yeah, and he knew it immediately. He knew that was a yellow. Good footwork there from McMahon. And the Swede was skinned completely on the inside.
So the first booking of the game goes to the Swedish international Johan Mjallby,
who's done very well for Celtic. We were told he was a midfield player, and we all appreciated that he scored against England.
I bet he did.
A few months ago, but he's done very well at the back for Celtic.
Brattbakk's touch. Riseth. 2 Norwegians together. Brattbakk and Riseth. And here's Brattbakk again. He's away from Bollan. And Kernaghan just got a touch. Now Philip Scott. Another break on to St Johnstone. Scott's cross. O'Neill in there. Away by Mjallby. O'Donnell up to Larsson. Back to Phil O'Donnell. He slipped it through to Brattbakk, but the flag is up.
Well, I'd like to see that one again. Once again, it's tight. It's a great ball through the middle, and he's onside. He's clearly onside. He's timed his run perfectly. The angle of the run is perfect. And that's disappointing if you're a striker, because so often it goes against you, and he was clearly aware he was a yard onside there.
Kane. Simao. Darren Dods. Signing from relegated Hibernian. Simao. I don't think there was much of a shove from Mjallby then. McQuillan. Jonathan Gould has been a big success in Scotland after a very inauspicious career in England. Firmly established as Celtic's number 1. Mjallby. Stubbs. That's going to drift straight through to Alan Lane. McQuillan. Scott. So Johnstone finished 5th last season, their best position since the Scottish Premier was formed in the mid-70s. And they do have aspirations to improve on that this term. They've done enough so far to suggest that they will. 2-0 down at Celtic. Maine had Larsson closing in. Boyd. Riseth. Taken off him by McMahon. Both these teams spent their winter break in Spain. Stubbs. So a neat pass through to Brattbakk. Here's Brattbakk, he's away! And the leg of Maine stopped him, and it comes back to O'Donnell. And again! Oh, this won't go in, will it now? Yes, it will! From Henrik Larsson! What an incredible sequence that was! It's a goal, eventually.
Well, no wonder Alan Maine is unhappy here. He has a magnificent block here with his right foot. A second save here, and he's entitled to think one of his defenders might get back and give him some protection. And it's Larsson who arrives on the scene to score with the diving header. But Alan Maine does ever so well. That's a great save. He beats this one away as well, and all he's looking for is one of his defenders to come and give him a hand. And it's Larsson who arrives and gets on the end of the last ball.
Henrik Larsson with his 20th of the season. The joint top scorer now with Rod Wallace of Rangers, who got his 20th yesterday at Aberdeen. The last time we did St Johnstone live on Sky Sports, they were beaten 7-0 by Rangers. They're 3-0 down here. I bet they can't wait for when we do them again.
I don't think they played particularly badly either. I think from midfield forward they've played well. And had they taken the chances, it might have been a different story, but it's difficult to see a way back for them now.
And there's no flag against Riseth here. Maine coming a long way. His clearance chested down by Lambert. And that's going to be a free kick. There was a bit of afters, I think. And it's a yellow card for Gary Bollan.
A slap there with the left hand. And you can see Moravcik's displeasure here. It might have been something that happened here. I can't see much in that at all.
Here's Simao. Kane. Simao. And a corner kick to St Johnstone, who keep plugging away.
Well, once again, plenty of support arriving in the box there. Didn't get the ball in quickly enough. But from midfield forward, I think Sandy will be well pleased with the way they've supported Simao through the middle.
McMahon to take the corner kick. St Johnstone's first of the game. To the far post by McMahon. Dods is in there. Kernaghan. Here's Paul Kane. Riseth into the middle, away by Dods. Bollan getting booed as a result of his scrap with Moravcik. Mahe beaten 3 times, but my word, did he try to keep out that third one, or what? Kane. Mjallby with an excellent intervention.
Yeah, he can look after himself, Mjallby. Very, very uncompromising, totally committed and ideally suited to the Scottish game.
Kane. O'Neill. Is he held back? Yes, he was. Lambert, the offender.
Yeah, great play here by John O'Neill. He appeared to have nowhere to go, and all of a sudden he's managed to work a bit of space for himself. Hauled back by Paul Lambert. Johnstone really need a goal and need one soon to get back into this.
Yes, they might feel rather hard done by to be 3-0 down, considering the way they have played. Will they get a reward here? Nope. Away by Stubbs and out of play. Bollan. McMahon. Kane. Scott. Kane. Celtic with everyone behind the ball. Kane. Patient passing from St Johnstone. Halloran. Touched by O'Neill. Larsson for Celtic. He ran straight into McMahon. O'Neill. Kernaghan is up. But the header from Stubbs goes straight back to his keeper.
Yeah, Stubbs did well there, under pressure from Kernaghan. Managed to get it back to Jonathan Gould.
Larsson now to Brattbakk. First touch allows the clearance from Dods.
Yeah, it was the first touch because Larsson had played him in. And it was a poor first touch with the right foot, otherwise he was in on Alan Mahe. And that's a problem for St Johnstone now. They have to chase the game a bit, and they're always liable to be caught in the counter.
A Halloran. And a foul on a Halloran by Stubbs gives St Johnstone a free kick.
I think fortunate to escape a yellow card here. No chance of playing the ball there. John Robotham right on top of it.
St Johnstone rather shell-shocked by the scoreline, but still looking threatening themselves when they push forward. Here's Riseth, and he's got Larsson in front of him. St Johnstone could be in more trouble here. Larsson and McQuillan came across to concede the corner.
Yeah, he did well. And decides to come all the way, completely committed.
Moravcik then to swing in Celtic's third corner. Stubbs and Mjallby both in the box, and Larsson was the man who made contact, but it drops well over, and I think it hurt him.
Yeah, he's taken a sore one.
Let's clear up this scrap involving Moravcik and Bollan from earlier. It was Moravcik who got the yellow card.
Yeah, I've tried to clarify it here. The left arm comes up of Gary Bollan here. Moravcik clearly not happy, but certainly no contact from there on.
Moravcik was booked apparently for adopting a threatening behaviour. Bollan wasn't yellow carded. Here's Scott. Paul Kane. Stubbs was quickly out, and he's going to join the Celtic charge, which is led now by Moravcik. Just bundled out of the way by Bollan. Stubbs, Boyd rather. Lambert. This is Stubbs. Up towards Larsson. Lovely touch on to Phil O'Donnell. Didn't really come down to him. Riseth. Pushed away by Dods. Here's Lambert. Moravcik. Celtic heading towards half-time with a 3-goal advantage. Perhaps slightly flattering to them, although they've stuck away their chances, whereas St Johnstone have not. And they have one in the opening seconds. Simao had that chance indeed. Finds O'Neill. Halloran hasn't quite got the legs.
Yeah, I think the irony is that very few sides will have come here this season and created as many good chances as St Johnstone have tonight. They just haven't managed to take them.
By Moravcik doesn't quite come off. Larsson, the Swedish Footballer of the Year, and we've got an awards ceremony for you tomorrow night on Sky Sports 1 at 7 from Barcelona, the FIFA World Player of the Year Gala. That programme also includes Richard and Andy looking back at all the weekend Premiership action as usual. Now McMahon. And his cross, dealt with by Mjallby, away by Riseth. Here's Paul Kane.
Well, there you go. The action area showed that St Johnstone were the better of it. And Celtic have spent a good deal of this first half on the back foot, which is unusual.
Even more unusual in that they are 3-0 up. Darren Dods. He doesn't want to mess around when Henrik Larsson's nearby. Riseth's header. Donald finding Boyd. Stubbs. Here's Mahe. Moravcik. Lambert. Here's Larsson. Looking menacing again. But O'Donnell. Well, he might get through. Then again, he might not. Simao. And Mjallby ensuring that he doesn't get away.
Yeah, he'll do well to complete the 90 minutes. Miguel Simao. It's a tough shift for him up there. He has been well supported, but he's had to chase out a lot of lost causes.
Here's McQuillan. Referee on the far stick. Well, McMahon is there. They'll have a lot to do. Especially with Riseth fastening him. Riseth was much more alert. And he was caught by Philip Scott, who's going to get a yellow card. Oh, and Scott getting involved. John Robertson stepping in quickly.
Well, it's certainly a booking. No question about that. And why Philip Scott chooses to become involved after it, I don't know. He sets away here, takes none of the ball. And already on a yellow, unwise to get involved like this.
Riseth still having a little bit of treatment. Confirmation of a yellow card for Philip Scott. Minute mark almost upon us. There'll be 1 minute of injury time to be added on. Brattbakk, who started the scoring spree for Celtic tonight. Moravcik scored the second. Mjallby finds his central defensive partner Stubbs. They're just passing it between them at the moment. Stubbs, Larsson made sure he was going to get to that. Support round the back from Boyd. And his cross finds Brattbakk, it's over the bar. It was another chance for the Norwegian.
Yeah, all created once again by Larsson on the right. It's a good ball in. And Brattbakk just can't get up high enough to power it down. He's up, but he can't get over it. Good ball in there by Tommy Boyd after Larsson put him to the byline.
Brattback's third attempt on goal. McQuillan. Kane. Just too high for O'Neill. Not that he's the tallest of footballers. And the half-time whistle goes. St Johnstone have given a pretty good account of themselves, but Simao missed a couple of big chances for them, and how they have been made to pay. Because Celtic took their chances. Harold Brattbakk making his peak start for 3 months with the opener, and then Moravcik rattled in a second, and after storming sequence, Henrik Larsson claimed his 20th of the season. St Johnstone, though, will be rather bemused that they are 3 goals down here, because they have given a good account of themselves. But it's Celtic who go into the break with that very comfortable lead. Well, Celtic have only conceded 6 league goals here at Celtic Park this season. So that sums up the size of the task facing St Johnstone after Harold Brattback's opener. Moravcik's second goal, and a third from Henrik Larsson, who's now scored in 10 of Celtic's last 12 games. This time last season, Celtic were just 3 points behind Rangers with a game in hand. A year on, they are 16 points behind, but it's looking good in their efforts to cut that gap to 13 points. If ever St Johnstone need an early second-half goal, it's now.
Yeah, I tend to agree with Charlie, though. I think we'll see some damage limitation here. I don't think Sandy will want to leave you with a hammering tonight. Can always be bad for the morale in the dressing room. I think they'll play quite cautiously. Certainly they'll hope they get to an early one back, and if they do, they might have a go. But I don't think we'll see them chase again too much.
Stubbs with the Celtic free kick. Larsson, one of his intended targets, perhaps. Having said that, he gives it to Mjallby. Gets to Larsson eventually. Lambert. Snake by Riseth gives Philip Scott an opportunity for the Saints. Kernaghan. Bollan. Lambert's tackle giving possession back to Celtic, who have now incidentally scored the same number of goals as Rangers in the Scottish Premier League this season, 47. They're looking to overtake them as far as goals are concerned, if not points. Brattbakk. But McQuillan did well to win it back.
Yeah, once again O'Donnell was involved though, and he's had another good night. I think the Celtic supporters would want to see his contract situation resolved. He's had a smashing season so far.
Lambert into the path of Mjallby, but Simao did enough to put him off. Halloran settles for the throw off Moravcik, who spent most of his career in French football. He'd been in Germany with Duisburg for a few months when Joe Begos, who knows him rather well, of course, went in for him. Kernaghan. McMahon. Scott. Bollan. That one's chewed up by Stubbs. Larsson. Moravcik. And will be taken over by O'Donnell. Gets an early cross in, but Alan Mahe, the favourite for that one.
Yeah, it was too long in the air. Alan Mahe had all the time in the world to come and collect it.
John O'Neill. 3 goals in his last 2 games. Is he going to get another one? He seemed to stub it a little bit.
Well, they've been prepared to get forward from the first whistle tonight. I think Scott and O'Neill have both done well. They've both been prepared to drive forward, commit Celtic defenders. Not a good finish, but they've certainly been prepared to take the game to Celtic at every opportunity.
McQuillan. Comes off Mahe. Throw in to St Johnstone, just 1 point separating these two sides in the Scottish Premier League. Plenty of goals separating them at the moment. O'Donnell's flick on, lands at the feet of McQuillan. McMahon, Scott, it's Bollan. Kernaghan, up to Simao, now O'Neill. St Johnstone hanging on to it. Here's McQuillan. Good work by Moravcik, who really does pop up everywhere.
Yeah, he gets through a power of work. Don't expect to see an attacking midfielder back in this area. But it's the Slovakian who's back here and squeezes John McMillan out.
Celtic further boosted this week by the return to training of long-term casualties, Craig Burley and Tommy Johnson, and Jackie McNamara, who's had his problems this season. Mark Reaper, though, still out, former West Ham man. Mark Viduka, though, has joined the ranks at long last. He's not match fit yet, though. McQuillan with St Johnson's throw. He's run out of play by John O'Neill.
Yeah, no communication there. Gives Celtic the throw, and I think Celtic will be quite happy now just to sit in and hit St Johnstone on the break. If St Johnstone do push up from the back, they are going to be exposed to the ball over the top and the pace of Brattbakk.
Mahe, Larsson, trying to shake off Kane, and he has done so. We let it go. Moravcik. Boyd. Moravcik. Lambert. Riseth offside.
Well, Riseth had the right idea here. He's just started his run a fraction too early. He's a yard off. But the idea was right. The ball in behind Gary Bollan. And he does well to put up with this wide right position. I think he must be pretty frustrated that he's not been played so far in his more favoured central midfield role.
Larsson is getting treatment at the moment as Celtic get a free kick.
Yeah, John McQuillan thinks he can win it. I think he does actually take some of the ball, but it's another slow one.
Well, Larsson has returned to the action. And Moravcik will in a moment. Knows all about Vladimir Moravcik, of course, his fellow countryman. That's why he brought him here. He knew the job that he could do, and he's most certainly done that job. Stubbs' free kick, Riseth's header. Running by Mahe.
Yeah, good run once again. He's in behind Gary Bollan there. We saw him score at the back post against Dundee a few weeks ago. It's a good run and a typically good long ball from Alan Stubbs.
Kane. Simao out on the touchline. Kane to Kernaghan to Bollan. Still getting booed by the Celtic fans after his little set two with Moravcik in the first half. That's going to drift behind, rather disappointingly for St Johnstone.
Yeah, Celtic have plenty of players back goal side now. It's not going to be easy for St Johnstone to make any chances or work any space. It's up to St Johnstone to make all the running now. Celtic will just sit in, and they'll always be dangerous with the likes of a Donnelly prepared to go ahead of the ball, the pace of Brattbakk.
So Johnstone, the only side to win here at Celtic Park in competitive football this season, 1-0 earlier in the campaign. They then beat Celtic 2-1 in McMahon Park, but it's payback time for the boys tonight. McQuillan, and by Mjallby to Mahe. Neatly finds Dods, who's drifted away from him, but he rescued the situation. Now Riseth. Lambert, Boyd is making a run. Kernaghan spotted it. Foul by Scott on Boyd.
Yeah, Tommy Boyd looks a bit bemused. Philip Scott certainly climbing there. Left arm comes into Tommy Boyd's head.
The kick was whipped in quickly. And it went straight through to Alan Mahe. Larsson unable to get on the end of it. Halloran, all the way past Mahe. Dods, up to O'Neill. Able to bring it under control. Here's Mjallby. Survives the challenge of Simao. Now Moravcik. Riseth. It's a charge for Celtic here. It's joined by Boyd. Larsson dummied, Moravcik. Didn't quite work for them that time.
Yeah, Darren Dods had to pay to get back in here, the dummy from Larsson. And it's typical of the quick thinking here that Moravcik and Larsson are capable of. Really profitable partnership they're becoming.
Boyd's header. Full Kane. Boyd finding Lambert. Interception from Scott. It's comfortable for Celtic. It's St Johnstone who have got to ask a few questions of them here. Swept up towards Larsson, away by Kernaghan. O'Donnell's knocked down for Moravcik. Tracks it wide.
Yeah, he only had one thing in his mind though, to get the shot on target, this time on his left side. Scored with the right foot in the first half. And he was measuring that for a long-range left foot effort. Alan May never troubled. And Moravcik doing a striptease for the fans in the front stand there.
Dods went behind him. Sloppy from St Johnstone that. And here is Moravcik with his new shorts. Celtic maybe turn on the style with a goal feast here. Rangers have been banging them in this week, 4 at Dundee and 4 at Aberdeen. But Stubbs got that all wrong. Simao, Mjallby with him, and as uncompromising as ever.
Yeah, it's a great challenge. And he looks ungainly at times, but he always seems to get there. He's been outstanding since he took over from Mark Reaper at the centre of that Celtic defence.
And there he is again, heading that clear to Moravcik, who has Brattbakk to his right, and Larsson to his left. It's 3 against 3, but it's going to be Darren Dods to belt it clear.
Yeah, Dods did well because Larsson feinted to go on the outside, changed to the inside run, and Dods read it well.
Mjallby. Gould, O'Neill. O'Donnell. Brattbakk. Larsson. Back to Brattbakk! Let's fly.
Yeah, more than a decent effort. And he's allowed too much time here. They all backed off him. And he had a chance to measure it. Didn't get over it, but a more than decent effort from Harold Brattbakk.
Celtic with double the attempts of goal than St Johnstone, and of course the on-target efforts tell the story of the game so far. Simao still beavering away. Moravcik lost it, he wants his heels. Dods. Mjallby's there again. So is Mahe. Dods once more. And I think play will be stopped there because Stubbs took a knock.
Yeah, John Robertson quite rightly stopping it. It was Jerry McMahon and Alan Stubbs that flashed. And we never like to see this kind of thing. Alan Stubbs comes off second best, there's no doubt about that.
You know he's hurt when he stays down, don't you?
Yeah, he can look after himself, the big man. Looks a bit dazed there. And after the Gordon Jury incident at Rugby Park, we can't afford to take any chances. And Brian Scott certainly isn't a man to take any risks whatsoever. He'll make sure the big man is 100% before he lets him carry on.
Dave Edwards had a spell in English football, of course, with Aston Villa. Was entirely successful, it must be said. So on we go with Stubbs. Aiming for Riseth. Not the best of flick-ons. past the hour mark. Back to the keeper time for Mjallby. Kick by Gould, steered back to Alan Main by Kernaghan. McQuillan. John O'Neill. He's got a Halloran there with him. He'll have to use him. And that's going to be marshalled behind by Mahe, and St Johnstone really aren't coming up with much.
Well, they're just finding it hard to make any space. St Johnstone get the ball. Celtic quite happy to sit goal side. Quite happy to defend this comfortable lead they have.
Dods. Celtic heading for their 8th win in 11 Scottish Premier League matches here at Celtic Park. Kernaghan slid in, gets it back from Scott. Bollan quickly closed down by Riseth, but he turns away from him. Simao did well to fend off the giant figure of Mjallby there. Of Halloran. McQuillan nearby. Here's Philip Scott. Comes all the way through. Kane to McQuillan. Still no time or space for St Johnstone.
Yeah, there were 9 Celtic players goal side there as John McQuillan tried to find a bit of space to measure the shot. And it's not going to get any easier for St Johnstone as the match wears on.
Andy Clark, who took over earlier this season before Sturrock departed for Dundee United, who St Johnstone actually play next week at McDermott Park. Celtic are home again against Hearts, who are in a right old mess at the moment. Brattbakk. Riseth. Boyd. Mjallby. I'm sure the Celtic fans, despite their highly comfortable position at the moment, would like something else to shout about. Will they get it here? Boyd. Mjallby has gone into the box. Just went away from Moravcik. Referee playing the advantage. Mahe to O'Donnell. Offside flag has gone up against Riseth. From this one counts. It's like the worst sticking it in, and Brattbakk agrees.
Yeah, it was a good ball played into a dangerous area. Half a yard offside. It's certainly not Riseth who's offside. It's not a Brattbakk in the centre.
We've been saying St Johnstone the only side to win here at Celtic Park this season. Celtic obviously took it rather personally. All 3 of their goals coming in the first half. McQuillan. Straight onto the rather considerable chest of Mjallby. Cut out by Kane, but it only holds Celtic up temporarily. And this is through to Larsson from O'Donnell. Henrik Larsson round the keeper. The angle was too acute and it was blocked by Dods.
Yeah, just run out of space. It's a great early pass from Phil O'Donnell. Larsson was on his way. It had to be played early, and it was. Larsson does well to take it round Alan Main and just runs out of space here. But he's always looking for the early ball. He's always thinking Henrik Larsson.
In comes the corner. From Moravcik, who's going to get it back. And he can tease and torment St Johnstone again here. And that's exactly what he's doing. Wonderful from Moravcik. And Alan Main stops it going behind for a corner. Stubbs his header. Stubbs now putting Kernaghan under pressure. Oh, mistake by Dods! As he knocked it past his own keeper, Alan Main, who would be rightly fuming, but Bollan placed it away.
Well, clearly Alan Main gave a shout here, and he's coming all the way for it. I don't know what possessed Darren Dods at the end. Alan Main certainly not amused there.
Main now has to contend with Celtic's fifth corner of the game from Moravcik. Before it's taken, referee was just having a quick word with O'Halloran in the box. And it comes from Moravcik! And it's not away yet. Back in by Stubbs. And the header by Mjallby dropped harmlessly from Mahe.
Well, this is a corner and a half, this one. Look at the swerve on this. Plenty of pace on it. Defender's nightmare, and St Johnstone get it away eventually, but a superb corner there from Moravcik.
Alan Main kept his first clean sheet in 9 games against Forfar last week in the Scottish Cup. Didn't really have much chance of keeping one from an early stage here today. Taken. St Johnstone are going to bring on Connolly, who's currently on 49 league goals in his career, and he's replacing Jerry McMahon.
Yeah, well, he'll give St Johnstone some pace up front, and Simao could really do with a bit of assistance there. Lost his way a bit. Had a great start to his career at Dundee United. It's good to see him back in the Premier League after a spell with Airdrie.
Mistake by McQuillan will open things up for Celtic again. Although not for long. Kane. Connolly gets his first touch, and Mjallby immediately introduces himself to Connolly. Moravcik, Riseth is running outside. Moravcik across the box.
Well, he had a chance to put Riseth through there. Always looking for the shot, and when you strike the ball as well as this guy, why not? Riseth had made a great run, wanted it played in behind Gary Bollan. He's always looking for the shot.
Lubo, the cry of the Celtic fans. Over there, Moravcik. Scored twice, of course, in the 5-1 thrashing of Rangers here this season. He only just joined Celtic then. That was one good way to win over the fans immediately. O'Donnell. Larsson. Celtic are looking in the mood for another goal. Larsson fell over. O'Donnell fell over just as Larsson was ready to poke it back into his path. Philip Scott. And here's Connolly. He's going to have a go for goal. It wasn't a bad effort from the sub.
Yeah, it's a decent effort. It's a good turn. He's on his right side, and again, he always looking for is the shot here. Alan Stubbs doesn't get to him quickly enough, and the ball just rises over the crossbar. But a good effort by Connolly here. Good contact on it. Just drifted over.
O'Donnell. Larsson. Feet were high from Paul Kane. I have a few words to say about it. Moravcik. O'Donnell. No foul by Scott. McQuillan. O'Neill. Kane. Simao has worked tirelessly releasing Johnstone Corr's tonight, but Mjallby has never been far away from him. Simao has finally got away from him and then slipped as he sent his crossing. Stubbs now to O'Donnell. A little about what the Celtic fans want here. Another goal as Riseth picks out Moravcik.
Well, that's a danger there. We saw Celtic broke once again. Larsson wanted it played in early from O'Donnell. Celtic quite happy just to soak it up and hit St Johnstone. And the way St Johnstone are defending now up at the halfway line, they really are exposed to the ball in behind.
Boyd. Slip by Bollan. Allows Moravcik to nip it. Lambert. Quite a run. Tucks it through neatly to Brattbakk. There's no one in the middle. There is now, and it's Larsson. Steps past Kernaghan. And there's half a shout for a penalty then.
I think it goes down late here. Brattbakk needed support, didn't have any, that's why I had to check back onto his right side. And it's a delayed reaction there from Larsson. I think John Robotham's right. It goes down late there. I think John Robotham got that one spot on.
Big corner. Well, before the corner's taken, David Hanna has come on for Celtic in place of Stefan Mahe from the corner. It's not wide by Mjallby. Hannah, very much a squad player at Celtic since his move from Dundee United.
Yeah, the squad is getting stronger as well. Perhaps too late to keep this title, but Craig Burley comes back. He plays an under-21 match tomorrow. Viduka will be fit within a few weeks, so the squad certainly is as strong as it has been for some time, but I think the Celtic supporters will feel it wasn't put together quickly enough.
It'll be good to see the boy Burley back in action, and Tommy Johnson as well, the former Aston Villa striker who's had a nightmare time with injuries since he came north of the border. Stubbs picking out Moravcik. Lambert gives it back to the captain of Slovakia. Oh, and that's a strangely wayward pass, which Riseth can't quite keep in. See the funny side of it, though. You've been at 3-0 up, as much as you would. O'Neill. Kane. John O'Neill. And a surging run, and he's got the corner.
Yeah, he did well. It's a good run down the left from John O'Neill, and he's been willing from the start of the game to commit defenders. Squeezed out eventually. And a chance for St Johnstone to get Dods and Kernaghan forward into that back post area, try and put Jonathan Gould under some pressure.
St Johnstone with only their second corner of the game. In it comes from O'Neill, out it goes from Riseth and from Hanna. Oh, it's going to drop here for Larsson. It's 2 against 2 at the moment. Larsson and Brattbakk against Kane and McQuillan, and it goes through to Brattbakk, and that's going to be another for Harold Brattbakk. Well, he's missed a few in those sort of positions in his Celtic career, but not that time.
Well, that was always the danger, the quick breaks, and Johnstone caught up the pass, but it's the timing of this pass that's perfect. Had to be delivered right on time for Brattbakk to be onside. And that's a great finish. Has a look up, bang. And that won't do his confidence any harm at all, Harold Brattbakk. John McQuillan appealing for offside, but he was well on when Brattbakk when Larsson put him in. And that's a nice finish.
Brattbakk's 6th of the season and 2nd of this game. He did score 4 goals in one game last season against Kilmarnock, remarkably. Brattbakk had a fabulous scoring record in Norwegian football. So 4-0 to Celtic. Scott, Connolly. I think the neutrals watching might agree that St Johnstone deserve something out of this game. Consolation for their efforts. And Philip Scott's drive straight into the midriff of Jonathan Gould.
Yeah, they're still trying to get forward. You have to hand it to them. And that was always the danger if they had to go chasing the game. And at 3-0 down, you have to a certain extent, that they would be caught. I think you have the likes of Larsson and Brattbakk with his pace up front. No real surprise that they were caught.
Here's O'Donnell. Celtic looking for a fifth, and Brattbakk looking for a hat-trick, but Larsson is in there. It's got to be. Larsson has it unselfishly to Brattbakk for his hat-trick. How unselfish can you get? Larsson tees it up for Brattbakk, who's the hat-trick hero of Celtic Park.
Well, what a gesture that was from Henrik Larsson, because he could have got his 21st of the season. And says to Harold, go ahead, have a hat-trick. It's your night. Takes it round Alan Main. He could have squeezed it in himself, probably. What a good night it's been for Harold Brattbakk. We were all surprised to see his name on the team sheet. And he's come up with a hat-trick.
A masterstroke in playing Brattbakk. Phil O'Donnell is replaced by Reggie Blinker, the former Sheffield Wednesday man, who joined Celtic as part of the deal that took Paolo Di Canio to Hillsborough. He's been out injured for quite some time. Reggie Blinker hasn't, before his injury, turned out to be a massive success in Scotland. So much so that Reggie Stinker was a popular nickname for him.
Yeah, he took a fair bit of stick, but he picked him on against Airdrie in the Scottish Cup a couple of weeks ago and got a tremendous reception here at Celtic Park.
Celtic are now the top scorers in the Scottish Premier League this season. They've overtaken Rangers as far as goals go, but they're 13 points behind, or they will be 13 points behind when the whistle goes here. The crowd tonight at Celtic Park, astonishing once again. 60,092, and amongst the people watching tonight, it's Celtic's new signing, Mark Viduka. A smile from him. There haven't been too many of them just lately. 60,000 plus crowd says it all about this famous club, who are now looking for number 6 as Moravcik finds Larsson. First time ball in. Celtic look like they might be ready to enjoy themselves even more in the final 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think St Johnstone just wanting to hear the final whistle now, get off this pitch and get back up the road to Perth.
Here's Lambert. Here's Connolly. And Riseth was rather blatantly obstructed by Kernaghan. He gets a yellow card for that.
Yeah, he was caught flat-footed there. He's going to knock it round him and get back onto it, taken out of the play. good touch there from the Norwegian. Kernaghan can have no complaints about that.
So Johnstone also making a change, and Griffin is coming on for Paul Kane. Any change now for St Johnstone really isn't going to make much difference to the scoreline, apart from the fact that they might keep it down, I suppose. So a Celtic free kick. Moravcik sends it in, and Stubbs with the looping header.
Yeah, he's good in this back post area, Alan Stubbs. Gets up well. Alan Main came, changed his mind. Stubbs couldn't get the ball on target, but he's always dangerous when he goes forward for these set pieces.
Main's kick is going to go straight out. Blinker. 3 St Johnstone men around him. And that proved to be too much for Blinker to cope for. Bollan. Philip Scott. It looked like he wasn't going to take that in his stride, but he certainly did, and he was fouled by Hannah. He's going to get a card. Or Lambert, was it? In the edge of the area.
Or Lambert, I think. It's been summoned by John Robotham. And it's a good surging run once again from Scott, who as ever is willing to get forward. And he was certainly impeded there by Paul Lambert, no question about that.
It's a yellow card for Paul Lambert. Celtic are going to make a change as well. Possibly not before this free kick. Connolly waiting to make an appearance. So will St Johnstone manage a consolation? It's drilled just wide by Griffin.
Yeah, he gets plenty on this. It's a quick touch to the side. And that's a fine strike. Runs the Gould across at his post very quickly. And it's well struck by Danny Griffin.
Another change for Celtic. Riseth is replaced by Simon Donnelly, who's going to attract interest from the Premiership with his contract up soon. Sheffield Wednesday have been linked with him for ages, seemingly. Here's Simao. McQuillan with St Johnstone's throat. Down the line by Griffin. Moravcik. Larsson. Connolly. Here's Moravcik. Simao. Deserves something out of tonight. Even though he's had Mjallby bleeding down the back of his shirt most of the evening. Donnelly away to Larsson. Kernaghan away into the stands. Information of the attendance here, 60,092. It's the biggest crowd to watch a league match in Britain this season. Well, that's going to drop through to Ritty Blinker. And here's Brattbakk. He scored 4 in one match last season. he was going to have a chance of doing the same again. It's been a struggle for Celtic, but I'll say Johnstone will look back and rue chances that went begging from Simao in the first half, including one in the opening second. The attendance announced here.
Yeah, I think Celtic Park will sit at home tonight and watch the rerun of this game and wonder just what might have been, because they didn't get about Celtic early on. They opened them up 2 or 3 times, created a couple of outstanding chances, and just couldn't take them. And the league gave us a hammering instead of what might have been a good result.
Well, it's a poor kick out by Gould, giving St Johnstone their chance of a consolation with Connolly. But he can't tuck it away.
A rare mistake from Jonathan Gould. Connolly really should have hit it earlier. Trying to work it onto his right side. Alan Stubbs trying to jockey him here.
60,000 crowd dwindling rapidly as everybody tries to be first out of the car parks around Celtic Park. Certainly the outcome of this game is pretty certain, you have to say. Celtic closing the gap on Kilmarnock in second place, and on Rangers, of course. They really cannot afford too many slip-ups in the remainder of the season. No sign of any slip-ups today, that's for sure. Celtic go in search of 6 with Donnelly. Now Moravcik. It opens up in front of Moravcik. Just wide.
Well, you can't allow this man this kind of space. And Sandy Clark won't be happy about this. They all back off. The hole opens up. Once again, he drags it wide, but you really can't give this man that kind of room.
How about a man of the match today, David?
Well, once again, we've seen some good performances. Certainly, this man has been outstanding again. Moravcik. Larsson again has been very, very good for Celtic. But I have to give it to Brattbakk, and he deserves a break, this guy. And he's got it tonight, and it's good to hear the Celtic supporters giving him such a good reception. Brattbakk.
That's a night for the Norwegian. And it is first league start since the last day of October. I certainly remember the last day of January. Kernaghan. Scott. Simao. Here's Boyd. Scott though. And he's crossed towards the near post. Stubbs challenging Connolly. How cool was Alan Stubbs then? Donnelly. Here's Blinker. Here they go again. It's Blinker to Henrik Larsson. Oh, and it's struck at Alan Mahe. He would have banked on number 6 then from Larsson.
Yeah, well, he did the difficult bit well, coming inside onto his left foot. He just tries to play it across Alan Mahe in at the left-hand post.
There'll be 2 minutes of time to be added on. It's Griffin. Simao. Griffin. Tomorrow night on Sky Sports 1, a reminder that Keys and Andy Gray will be taking you to Barcelona for the FIFA World Player of the Year Gala, and they'll be looking back That's all the weekend Premiership action as well. Sky Sports 1 from 7 tomorrow. Tonight has been Celtic's night. The current champions in Scotland. Larsson blocked by Kernaghan that time. They say the season in football is a marathon, and the search for silverware. Celtic are certainly going to have to sprint their way through what's left of this season. Here's Griffin! Under a strike. Stung the palms of Jonathan Gould, but there's no consolation for St Johnstone, who squandered a couple of good chances in the first half, and were then taken apart by Dr. Joe Venglos' Celtic. Harold Brattbakk with a hat-trick in his first league start for 3 months. Lubomir Moravcik also on target, also inspirational, and this man, well, he's always inspirational. Henrik Larsson scoring, but the man of the match, a forgotten man in recent times at Celtic, Harold Brattbakk. It was he who started the scoring spree tonight, a spree that was continued when Larsson gave it to Moravcik, and seconds later it was in the back of the net. And then, despite the efforts of Alan Main, Larsson, predictably, got on the score sheet before Brattbakk came back for a bit more, tucking that one away nicely. And then Larsson, incredibly unselfish in allowing Brattbakk to complete a hat-trick. Rangers beware, nobody at Celtic is giving up quite yet in the race for the title. The gap closed to 13 points. Full time here at Celtic Park in front of over 60,000. Celtic 5, St Johnstone 0.